Hey everyone, Ben here with another Business Central tip of the week. This week's tip is a deep dive into the various reporting setups and selections within Business Central. Let's dive right in. First, we have the report layouts. This is the central repository for all reports in the system. If we search for 1306, for example, we can see all the different types of sales invoice formats that we've got in the system, some of which are standard and some of which are from custom extensions. From here, you can export the report if you need to modify it, as well as create a new iteration of the report to which you will load a modified template to. The main exports include Word and RDLC, however, there are other options we can explore as well. Do note that the out-of-box reports cannot be modified, but copies of these reports can be created, which will allow for upload of those modifications. Next, let's go to the custom report layouts. Here, we get a little bit more granular. You can see again that we have multiple instances of report 1306 and can even have different layouts for different companies, which makes managing these reports in a multi-company instance easy without having to flip between the two. However, rumor has it that this page is being phased out and replaced with user-defined reports, which would be ancillary to the report layouts we just looked at, so not going to spend a ton of time on this today. Next, we have the report layout selection. Here's one of the most important spots in Business Central, as it will define which report layouts should be used globally across your database. Before, we saw multiple copies of the 1306 sales invoice, and now we see just one. We are telling it here which of the report layouts to use when running sales invoices across the system. For the layout type, select one of the drop-downs here for your preferred format. Please note that when changing these, it will also update the default selection in the report layouts, which was that first screen we looked at. All right, now let's talk about the report selection sales. This is another level of granularity on top of the report layout selection window and will define specifically for each sales document type which report layout will be used. Here you will see some of the options default from the prior selections, and it will also give you the ability to tailor email bodies and or report selections further. Please note that the report layout must be Word if you want to enable the email body. The email bodies do not support the RDLC layouts. For the email attachments, all report layouts are supported. Additionally, under the Usage tab up top, you can see additional sales documents of which each can be further defined, like the customer statements, for example. Note also that the sequence refers to which order they will be printed and sent. If you for some reason needed multiple documents here to be sent, you could define another document type, and this would also be included on the print or send. A great example here is an app that I've got created that does custom statements with invoice attachments, in which case I need to define a report ID here that is not the standard, but rather part of extension I have created. Similar to the report selection sales, we also have report selections for purchasing, inventory, bank accounts, projects, and more. The final piece of granularity we have for today is on our customer card. Navigate to the customer card, click the customer tab, then click document layouts. These would include even further overrides to what we just showed earlier on an individual customer basis. In this case, we can see that this customer has a custom shipment and invoice report that should be sent, which is different than the global setting. The rest of these settings are configured similarly to the report selection sales screen that we just saw. So that's a bit of an overview on all of the different report layouts and selections that we have in Business Central. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe, and we hope that everybody has a great rest of your week.